Hi everyone, welcome to your last section for chapter 6. We're looking at something called today's special. What we're calculating today are discounts or sale prices of any items that you might find at a restaurant. We're going to skip some of the warm-up, but I do want to do one of the skills practices. So scroll down. If you're capable of doing this one on your own, we're looking at each one of these is 10 squares, and we're turning from fractions to decimals and to percents. So the first one, 1 out of the 10 squares is colored in, so 1 over 10. If you take your calculator and go 1 divided by 10, you should get the decimal 0.1. If you times it by 100, you should get the percent sign. Now, the unshaded region are the ones that are not colored. So if 100% makes up the whole box and 10% is colored in, this last box over here would be what's left over. So 100% minus 10% should give us 90%. Oops, 10%. There we go, should give us 90, and that's where this answer comes from. So if you're comfortable with this, I would like you to do it. So take a second now, pause the video. This one here, you should get 50%. This one should be 70%. This one should be 60%. And the bottom one should be 80%. Okay, so hopefully you got those, all right? Okay, the skills practice that I really want you to look at is the one on number 3, so don't worry about number 2. Okay. What I really want you to worry about is number 3. We did this earlier in the year for our very first unit. We are again turning percents into decimals, into fractions, and then reduced terms. So you should be familiar with this. We have done it. So remember, a percent to a decimal, percent means to divide by 100 because percent is per 100. So divide by 100. So take each one of these and divide by 100. Be very careful where your decimals are, and I will put the answers down in a minute. Once you have going from your percent to your fraction, it's this number per 100 because it's percent. So put it over 100 for all of these. Okay, so 10% is 10 out of 100. 15% is 15 out of 100. 20% is 20 out of 100. Okay, so this one here would be 50 out of 100. And 75 out of 100. And then 100 out of 100. There we go, 100 out of 100. Okay. Now, the last column, we are reducing. Actually, I want you to pause the video and calculate the decimals first, okay? Take a second, do that, and then when you're done, unpause it and let's watch the rest. Okay, I hope you had enough time. Decimals here, you should have got 0.15. This one here should be 0.25. This one, 0.75. And 100 divided by 100, you should get 1. So 1.00 or 1 would be fine. Okay? All right. This last column, we are looking at these fractions and we are reducing the fractions. We're putting it into lowest terms. So you have to find a number that you can divide the top and bottom by. So in the first example, they divided the top and bottom both by 10. So 10 divided by 10 is 1. And 100 divided by 10 is 10. So our reduced fraction is 1 out of 10. This one here, 15 out of 100, 15 divided by 5 is 3, and 100 divided by 5 is 20. Okay, and there's nothing that goes into 3 that also goes into 20, so we leave it here. Okay, try and do the next ones on your own. If you get a couple of them wrong, that's okay. No, try again. Again, pause the video, see where you get, and I'm going to put all the answers down for you, okay? All right, so hopefully you had enough time to pause the video and do it on your own. 20 over 100, 20 actually goes into both 20 and 100, so 20 divided by 20 is 1, and 100 divided by 20 is 5. So this reduces to 1 over 5. 25 over 100, 25 goes into both values. So you should get 1 over 4. 50 goes into both values. 50 goes into 50 once, and 100 divided by 50 is 2. Okay? 75 and 100. Well, 25 goes into 75 3 times, and 25 goes into 100 4 times. So this is 3 over 4. And the last one, 100 goes into 100. So this would be 1 over 1 or just 1. Okay? So it's a little bit of our fraction work for today. Okay, I wanted you to practice because sometimes when we're dealing with sales, they don't tell us a percent, they tell us a fraction. It's half off, it's a quarter off. So we're going to deal with some of the main fractions for some of our questions today. So a lot of times, sometimes restaurants will offer you discounts depending on what is going on. It could be a coupon, maybe they've ordered too much, or maybe certain foods are in season, so it's a reduced price. So if something is 30% off, that means that out of the whole 100%, 30% won't be paid for. You are paying for the remaining percent. So if I take 100% and I subtract the 30%, I get 70%. So I will be paying for the remaining 70% of the item, okay? If I have a quarter off, that means that I should be paying for 3/4 of the item. Because if I have a whole, right, a whole item and you break it up into 4 parts, I'm not paying for 1 out of the 4. So 4 minus 1 is 3. I'm only going to be paying for 3 out of the 4 parts of the item. So you pay for 3/4 of the item, okay? Again, this is fraction work. We could turn it into decimals, but I just kind of want you to be familiar with some of the regular fractions. Okay, why might restaurants offer this? You can answer this on your own. We talked about items being in season. Maybe they have too much of a particular food item and they don't want it to spoil. So there's a few reasons. Maybe there's coupons going on, you know, roll up the rim. So there's lots of things that you can think about there. Okay. Okay, question 4. So here are some menu items. Our job is to calculate the sale price. So chicken, and they do the first one for you. I will put the answers down, but I want you to try them on your own. So chicken with cashews, the regular price was $12.99. If the discount is 20%, that means you're paying for 80%. So 100% minus 20% gives you 80%. So 100% minus this number gives you the remaining one. To calculate the sale price, take the regular price and times it by 80%. But when we calculate things with a percent sign, you have to write them as a decimal. So 80% becomes 0.8. So take 0.8 and times it by the regular price. This gives you the sale price. Your answer is the sale price. So something that's $12.99 with 20% off, you're paying $10.39. Okay, let's look at the second one. Something that's $7.50 is 10% off. 100% minus 10% is 90%. If I wanted to figure, oh, I should put my percent sign. There we go. Okay. If I want to figure out the sale price, I'm going to take $7.50 and I'm going to times it by 90%. But I never write it with the percent sign. So I have to turn 90% into a decimal. So it's going to be 0.90. And when you multiply those together, you should get $6.75. Okay? You can do the next one on your own. And for the bottom one, I'm going to tell you, try it with 15%, just so I can give you the answer. Okay, pause the video, try it on your own. Okay, so hopefully you've had a second. You should have got about $6.15 here, and you should have got $9.78 for this one. Okay? All right, we're going to do the same thing, but with fractions. I'll help you get the fraction off, okay, if you want. I'm going to get you to go 1/3 down here because I want you to get used to that one. It shows up quite a bit. So here are some items: French toast, $6.99, you know, Western sandwich. You've got all our prices. Let's just look at the French toast. You get a quarter off. Okay, well, if you're getting a quarter off, that means you have to pay for 3/4, right? So 1 minus a quarter is 3/4. So take your regular price and times it by 3/4. This means $6.99 times 3 divided by 4. So $6.99 times 3 divided by 4. And you get $5.24. On the next one, if I have a third off, That means I'm paying for 2/3. So I'm going to take 550, I'm going to times it by 2, and I'm going to divide by 3. And when you plug that in, you should get $3.67. Okay? Half off would be 1/2. Okay, think about this. If you're getting an item and it's half off, I still have to pay for the other half. So I'm going to pay for 1/2. Okay? So 925 times 1 divided by 2, I got $4.63. Okay, and the bottom one, again, try on your own, pause the video at any point. I got 2/3 and $8.33. Okay, so hopefully you're getting the right answers. If not, go back, ask a few questions, okay? All right, question number 6, I think you can do on your own. They just throw a word problem in kind of as a scenario, but you're really doing the same thing as questions 4 and 5. So they have some food items at a grocery store. This is the regular price. They tell you the discount. Your job is to figure the sale price and put it in the tag. So if something is 10% off, you should be paying for 90% of it, right? Because 100% minus 10%, right? 100 minus 10, I get 90%. The $1.79 times 90% as a decimal, so 0.90, I got $1.61. Okay, so your job is to finish the rest of them, please and thank you. You should get all of the right answers. You've had enough practice. This is the last section for today. If you want, pause the video. I'll put the answers up in a second, okay? All right, take a quick pause. All right, hopefully you had enough time. So I'm not going to put all the work down, just the answers. For this one right here, you should have $1.52. This one, $2.17. Now remember, if your numbers are off by a cent, it could be with rounding. So please remember your rounding rules. If the number after, I guess the number after the second decimal spot is 5 or bigger, please round up. If it's below 5, keep the number the same. And then this last one should be 246. All right, so I'm trusting that you guys did great in this section. You should be ready for your task, and you've got 2 weeks to do this section, okay? So look for all your due dates, and guys, good luck. We'll see you soon.